You may have seen clips of neatly lined up villagers starting to build a wall in front of them at the exact same time. This feat is fascinating due to the expectations we have of Age of Empires 2 villagers not actually being very smart or competent. But villagers won't unconditionally display this immaculate teamwork when building walls. It could also happen like we would expect it to. So, what is the secret to the perfect distribution of villagers on wall placement? In this video, we'll be going to the bottom of this matter and finding out. There are 3 likely hypotheses explaining this villager behavior, and I'll be testing them all out to see what is actually the case. One hypothesis is that villagers must be lined up in the order they were created. If this is true, the feat would fail if we have 2 villagers swap places in a lineup ordered by creation time. But the feat succeeds even after the swap, disproving the first hypothesis. Villagers do not have to be positioned in order of creation. The second hypothesis claims the villagers are dependent on an order, but it is selection order, not creation order. In Age of Empires 2 there are many ways to select multiple units. We can hold click and drag a box around the units we want to select. We can double click one unit of the unit type we want to select, and we can hold shift and click each individual unit of the units we want. With drag box selection, the order starts with the topmost or northernmost unit and ends with the bottommost or southernmost unit. If hypothesis 2 is correct, intentionally selecting the villagers out of order would ensure it's impossible to do the feat. And this holds up. When we select the villagers out of order, they are unable to perform the feat. Hypothesis 2 is correct. Villagers do need to be positioned in order of selection. So does this mean we can always accomplish the feat just as long as the villagers are in order? Not exactly. Even though we select the villagers in order, we are still able to fail. But watch what happens as they fail. As the villagers finally all do reach the tile to start building, they are not randomly placed, but yet again in order, but in the opposite direction. This brings us to the third hypothesis. The walls need to be in an order aligned with the selection order of the villagers. The order of walls is determined by placement. So the tile with which the drag click started is the first wall tile, and the tile with which the drag click ended is the last wall tile. This hypothesis holds true, since as long as we ensure that the villagers are selected in the same order as the walls are placed, the feat always succeeds. Thus we have found out the secret of the elusive and legendary long quick wall. Place the wall in the same order as the villagers are selected. This basically boils down to just selecting the villagers with drag box and making sure to start placing the wall from the northernmost or topmost point. The selection order when it comes to double click is still a mystery though. But what if the villagers are exactly on the same horizontal line and no one is more north or south than another? If that is the case, then the selection order appears to default to from left to right. As for control groups, they have the selection order saved from the order they were selected in when they were assigned to the control group. That explains why they all had a bother here in my old video, as I had shift-clicked each villager from left to right before putting them in control groups. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget the like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.